Got it.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Today we are talking about our new book club, Wheesht by Kate Davies. I'm here with Linda Jennings from Color Storm Yarns.
Hi, Valerie. I've really been enjoying starting this book. We've both read the introduction, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that today.
Yeah, this is, just looking at the cover, it is so beautiful. And this book really feels nice in my hands. It's subtle, like you can even tell just the colors are very neutral and calming. And the tagline of the book is creative making in uncertain times. And it feels really on point with what we're experiencing right now and appropriate for the moment.
Yeah, 2 years into COVID and we're still experiencing uncertain times. The vaccination has helped, but there's still a lot of unknowns. I mean, I think we're going to get through the summer pretty nicely. The economy is mostly recovered, but we don't know what's going to happen next winter. And what I like so much, these first thoughts that she brings to us are question your assumptions. And then she gives us some assumptions to question. And I mean, I'm an art graduate and I've engaged myself in some kind of creativity all my life and very firmly believe that the creative process is for everyone, not just artists and not just for art. It's for every field. And so I love that she wants us to question our assumptions. For example, question that I cannot knit in a new complex way. Question that I cannot change. And instead, I am always growing. I can do difficult things. They might just take longer at first. I can knit poetry. I mean, I can write poetry. It doesn't have to be brilliant. I can weave, even if it's only a little bit. It doesn't matter that I'm not a weaver, for example. Don't classify yourself as being this or that. Try new things.
Yeah, it's interesting how we gravitate towards labels just because like that's our brain likes patterns. So a label is a pattern, but sometimes when we experience something new, unexpected, unfamiliar, if you've never woven something and you try to weave, then you're learning a whole different language, a whole different way of moving, a whole different way to use tools. And the act of doing that labels you as a weaver, but you may not associate yourself as a weaver. And it's an interesting idea and thought model.
And she goes on to also say, listen and don't push. So to me, that sort of encourages me to improve how I treat others. Listen more, don't push. And that really hit home for me when I was thinking about my mom. She's been disabled now for 6.5 years. And at one point, she can stand, take one step, pivot, and sit, which opens up her world more than one might imagine. But at one point she did break a femur. She fell in one of her standing, pivoting, sitting maneuvers. She did fall.
Yeah.
And I noticed, we all noticed the frustration. Well, we felt frustration because the PT people, she had to go to PT, and be in a rehab place for 3 months. And they have a protocol. They have the system. This is what you do first. This is what you do second. And if you can't do it, you must not be trying hard enough.
Mm.
You know, there's a lot of assumptions with disabled people. My mom has been disabled, you know, for all this time. You think that she does know something about her body. And
Well, she's the expert in her body.
right. She would try
Yeah.
to tell people, you know, I haven't been able to do what you're asking me to do for 5 years. And now you're asking me to do it on a broken leg.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to hear it. They just thought she was whining.
Yeah.
And she feels like because they pushed her so hard, she actually hurt her leg more.
Mm.
You know, and even me as her daughter, I can tend to not listen to what she's saying and just get frustrated with her and just assume that she's complaining, you know. So this is good for me to hear too. Listen, don't push people and don't put other people in boxes either, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let
Yeah.
somebody be something different or grow in a way that they've never grown before.
I mean, everything is so deep what you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate Kate Davies' perspective because she suffered a stroke. And so this book has been written after that experience. And she does identify as someone with accessibility difficulties.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to hear that perspective and that has not inhibited her ability to be successful.
Yeah. In fact,
She has,
she says she is a different person because of it and not necessarily less.
Mm-hmm. And that comes through in the way that she writes and her tone. And like, as I read her words, I can tell that she's sharing her lived experience and her deep transformation. And like this river of wisdom, it just feels very grounded and very experiential. Like she's telling us what she's experienced in her life, but like in this very gentle roundabout way, challenging us to also think about our lives or our experiences.
Yeah, she's not just guessing, she's not preaching.
Mm-hmm.
She's sharing from what she's been through and what she's learned out of it.
Yeah. So we're excited to start this new book, Wheesht by Kate Davies. It's available on Kate Davies' website. You can participate as much or as little as you would like. Linda and I are going to meet up on Zoom here and talk about the book. Our goal is, you know, to discuss one chapter at a time, and you can get your knitting or your projects and join us, or get the book if you would prefer to read it.
Now each week, let me change that. I'm going to say this. As often as possible, we're going to highlight an author or a designer or someone who we want to highlight as we're presenting each week. And certainly today we want to let you know that Kate Davies is a designer. She has written many patterns. This is one of her books called Knitting Season.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a lot of colorful patterns in it. Her website has all her books featured, and she even makes yarn. So very, very interesting, deep person to go check out.
So good.
Yeah. So in conclusion, I hope you'll join us for these weekly discussions, and sometimes there will be assignments too. Her essays in this book come with little assignments, little thoughts to encourage the messages she has for us. And So you can join in on those or not as you wish. So please allow for creative moments to happen in your life. These will incrementally improve your life. I certainly believe that.
Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome.
Okay, everyone, we'll see you on the next episode.
Okay, bye-bye.